All right, guys. Let's do a quick recap on the current market conditions, things that are going on in the market. And let's look and see what's going on. I know a lot of people are like, "Hey, you said we're going down. Looks like we're going up." Because we're going up, right? We're just higher highs and higher highs. I mean, if you zoom in, of course, that's the case. But really, we have to look at the overall, right? Current trend is still very, very bearish. I do have some other information that I'll be disclosing today as far as where I think we can go and what we can do. Overall, I think that the trend is still continuing to be as it is, and I think that this trend eventually, we're going to end up at a pinch point. We're just going to kind of get squeezed out of this position. We start getting squeezed out of this 32K zone. We now have to hold 30. 30 is not going to be a good position to hold, and I believe that'll push us down pretty hard. I do have a couple of scenarios though that may play out, and I'm going to cover those here in a minute. Currently, we can see a couple of reasons why the market is still going, right? I mean, if we look over here at the S&P 500, and we take a look at this, and we go with this S&P 500, S&P 500 is going vertical, right? So there'll be something we'll kind of cover with that as far as like where that's going, what it's doing. You can see right here, trend line we typically hit on the S&P. For the S&P, just get stomped to the bottom again. We've hit this multiple times in here, and this can definitely cause us to take a huge hit in crypto. Anytime S&P takes a fallback, crypto really takes a hit, right? So if we're looking at this in context of movement, we'll just kind of place it on the day. By the way, I have an alarm here set for if we break the 32K zone. I think we break the 32K zone, we start to break down pretty hard, but they're trying to hold this position above 32K, and they're trying to get back above 33. I did call out last time in the last video that we would hit 35. We came very close, 34.5. I'm not obviously a magician or anything like that. I'm kind of guesstimating as far as the positions based off the market movements and everything else, and I think 34.5 was a pretty close guesstimate. With that being said, obviously, analytics and stuff like that, I'm not just like guessing out of my head. We're looking at, I think, some pretty big pullback right now, but we can definitely still kind of play around in the zone. The zone's just too small for me to kind of find my interest, right? Again, RSI is seeming to be pushing pretty hard here on our trend here. That's kind of been our bearish trend. We've been below this, right, on the S&P. So if we can't break through here, we should see a pretty significant fallback, as we've seen before. We're playing in here, and S&P falls back, crypto's going to take a huge hit. I can tell you this. See this right here, this fall right here. So here's stocks right here, S&P 500. S&P 500 fell back roughly 4.5%, right? We'll say 4.5 on this little fallback before it went back up. And you can see right here, where is that zone at on BTC? Well, if we look at it on BTC, it's right here, right? And when we had this fallback, as you can see, crypto just went tanking. And so if we look at it like that, and we look at this fallback and percentage wise, 4.5% there, we can look at it kind of in the perspective that crypto took a 50% hit based on that 4.5%. So if that's the case, imagine when this thing actually kind of comes back, right? Because nothing goes vertical forever. The S&P is definitely going to pull back at some point. It's going to feel the effects of the economy. It can't keep going like this straight up. If we look at the S&P on a bigger scale here, like it's just been on a monstrous up run, right? We're going to get one of these at some point. And when we get one of those, crypto's going to hit the floor and possibly go under it, right? These are things that we have to consider in the market. So if that's the case, this is something we need to be looking out for. And this just kind of validates my point. The fact that crypto, as far as a whole right now, and as far as the market, it is going to go down. It could possibly go up though too. And when I say go up, I don't mean like the market going up. I mean like, pretty much a fake out. So what I'd be seeing in the market or looking for in the market is just as we did here. We came down, right? And then we played. And then we ran up, right? And everybody's like, yeah. And then that run up ended up causing us to fall down further, right? And right now we're kind of playing in this zone. And we could ultimately break out, but I see 38K as our deflection. And if that happens, that's gonna be so bad. So I think if we end up kind of playing like that, or playing that out to that 38k, I think we pretty much go down all the way. If we don't, I can see us definitely kind of pushing to a lower low, but kind of holding our position, right? We're just playing sideways, just as we have been. So if we don't push up like that and we kind of play around here, we play inside of this bear flag and floor, and then eventually get squeezed out the bottom, right? Because that's how bear flags work. And with that squeeze, we could see a significant drop and recovery. And then we play and play and play. And then maybe we see something more along the lines of this, the 38, right? And that'll be our reactionary flip before we fall. And I'll show you on some other coins kind of how that works, because it's worked out pretty well on other coins that have kind of already fallen over. What do we see here on ADA, for instance, right? We see no death cross occurring, but we see what? We see resistance on the 50-day, or not the 50-day, sorry, the 200-day EMA. Since the 200-day is still resisting, we're playing in a cloud. You never want to play in a cloud. You want to play above or below the cloud, right? If you're below, you want to short. If you're above, you want to out, you want to long. Because a cloud is basically stating you don't know which direction this is going to go. Ultimately, I'm calling BTC's downside, so I would think that this cloud is going to eventually drop us from the bottom, right? And we've been playing in this cloud for a solid couple months, right? So I can easily kind of grasp our top, but I can tell you this is our trend, right, for ADA. Ultimately, like, I know everybody's like happy about ADA, likes ADA and stuff like that. I'm not saying ADA's a bad coin. I'm just saying that it's in a downtrend too, right? It's going to continue to pull down with BTC, and they're going to continue working together. Ultimately, these coins have not felt the effects of the drop that BTC is taking, right? It looks like they have chart-wise, but if you look at BTC on a bigger scale, overall, let's see if we can get a better view here. Daily right here. Let's go with this one, and we just turn on our leading mega cloud right here. When BTC did its flip, right, we kind of fell through the cloud, came up, tried to recover just before the flip, and now we're falling down. And then we could see another run up before a double flip, and I'll show you an example of double flip. Outside of that, we can see that BTC took a significant hit after the flip, and it's just kind of been downtrending, right? These alts they're gonna fall down so far. This thing starts to flip, we're gonna start running the 75-cent range here for Cardano, ADA. I think we'll stay right in this range, under a dollar. And then as BTC starts to go towards the floor, we're gonna see that decline towards the bottom, right? So once we see that decline towards the bottom, that's where we're gonna end up in a situation where we're looking for BTC to kind of settle, and we're gonna see these alts pretty much just crash. They're gonna get hit really hard. Outside of that, we can see the decline, we see the bear flag, ADA showing it. Aeon has already started moving, Aeon's already started tanking. As you can see, it fell through just like BTC. AOS doesn't really have enough history. Right here. So here's an example of a flip up, right? So we get this run up, run down, pull up, where they attempt to get to the flag, they get deflected, right? And now they're gonna make a second attempt, and then this thing's gonna flip, and it's gonna force them down really hard. Algorand's gonna tank. We go over AMP. AMP is holding really strong, by the way, guys. AMP is holding really strong. It is holding inside the cloud, which is just like every other coin. But if you look at the distance between the 50 and 200, this is doing just as well as ADA, ETH, and these other coins. So I think AMP's a solid one to keep an eye on. Anchor, you can see right here, it's getting ready to flip between the two. Anchor flips, we're gonna start playing around and down here. Audius. So Audius, as you can see right here, it's literally on its verge of flipping. It's already ran down, right? It tried to recover, fell over. It's trying to recover right now. Might have a little bit more upside if it really tanks, right? Audius is, it's gonna get crushed. Right here, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna look at AVAX. AVAX, you can see right here, AVAX is already tanking, right? It fell through just like BTC, and it has no more momentum. It's just a good one. Let's come out here. Let's look at a couple other ones. So BNB is on the verge. As you see right here, it came up, it attempted, got deflected, pushed up, attempting again, and we're gonna get deflected. And then as we're getting deflected, you're gonna see the flip, and you're gonna see this thing just go way down, right? And it's gonna get smacked too. Bondly is just getting destroyed. I'm questionable whether this is going to survive the bear market. We got Cello, right? Cell is getting ready, or has already, as you see right here, fell through the cloud, ran up, made an attempt, fell through the cloud again, and then after it fell through the cloud again, see how it has this massive run up? This is something that BTC could very easily do. Now, this doesn't mean the market recovers, because as you can see right here, in that same scenario, we're looking at basically, we're looking at Cello falling over. So if Cello's gonna fall over, in that case, then it's just gonna wheedle down just like BTC. But BTC could very easily do this on the flip of where we're at right now. And that's really why I'm trying to show you these alts, is because I want you to understand that these scenarios can very well play out for BTC. We can do another run up, but it's not going to be like a double top or a bull market. But we're gonna get this some positivity also as far as BTC's future and where we can go in the future. I think that there's a lot of good things we can look forward to, and a really good opportunity for moving forward. Outside of that, let's move forward. We got cheese getting ready to flip. Dash. I'm just showing you guys, so if you guys are in these coins, these aren't recovering, right? They're just, this is on the daily. These things are pretty much done. Dogecoin, oddly enough, holding up well. It's got a good distance between the two. Yes, it's right in the bottom, right? It's right in the bottom. You got your 200 here, 50 there. So it's right in the bottom of the 200, but it's kind of working its way down. It's kind of, as you can see, this thing is just going straight this way. It will break down eventually. I'm seeing Doge coming down, anywhere from 10 to 4 cents. That's what we're looking at. DOT has already started tanking. We fell down, we attempted a recovery, and I don't even know if we can pull back up to try another recovery. We might, we'll see. To pull back through and do a double flip and then roll over. Come down here, EGLD, same thing, roll down, pull up. We're looking to kind of tank from here. I think for EGLD, it's gonna Engine is right there. Engine's peaking right now. If you guys are an Engine, this is not gonna be good. This thing's gonna just fall over, guys. Be careful. EOS. Oh, ETH. So I'm just gonna cover ETH as this last one. There's a lot of coins I can cover. As you see right here, I kind of drew the crossing here. And if you look at the crossing, where does the crossing end? Well, it ends right there, end of July, pretty much, right? And then ETH should cross, and then we should see a tank from ETH, and then an attempt to push back up, not a new high. And then after we attempt to push back up, I think ETH's gonna kind of fall with BTC. And what timeline are we looking at over here for our flight to kind of squeeze us out? Well, if we look here, where is that? End of the month, right? So if we're looking at these two things together and we're kind of evaluating them, they line up, right? They line up. So BTC's fall could also be ETH's pull down, in which case it will activate ETH's death cross. These alts are going to get hit hard, guys. Like, I'm telling you, like, let me go back to just one death cross coin. Let me find one right here. Look, this death cross, right? This thing went and lost 78% of its value, and it's not done yet. Dash, oh man, this thing is it's gonna go down, like probably really low, right? Anywhere from 100 and under, I would say, is where we're probably gonna end up with Dash. Not good, obviously, especially when you were at almost 500 during the bull run. Outside of that, we're looking over here, we're looking at BTC, we're following through. We got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I know I got a lot of stuff on my screen. I'm just basically pointing out higher high, low, 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 low highs. And we're just breaking down slowly but gradually until BTC is pretty much gonna hit Again, a run up is possible. So if a run up does happen, I did state that, but I do want people to understand, like a run up's just going to result in a further fall. That's it. There's no significant indication that the market's turning around. Our fifth wave still has not been complete. Our fifth wave, though, can initiate a pretty good pump, right? We could come up and try and double top here at 40 from the fifth wave. We'll see. Or we can end up just continuing to fall over. So you guys should be really careful about that. Again, one of the indicators that I kind of use to figure out this bottom, as I've shared in the past, just to show you, is you can just draw this line right here off our leg 1, because our leg 1 should match our leg 5. And when you move it, see how it increases in size? And then basically go to the top of your leg 4, and basically the bottom here should be your leg 5. So if we look at the bottom across, 5 is fine, and I got that right at 24K. I did guesstimate right around 26, so we'll see if 24 is there, but it might also be 26, right? There is potential also, okay, keep in mind, there's potential for us to hit 28, bounce 28, go up, get deflected 30-32, and then come down to these zones. So that's another possibility. But as far as the market is in no shape or form looking to turn around. The only people playing in here are whales. And if you notice, and you can tell we're in a flag, I can show you how, this is how you can tell we're in a flag, right? We're in a flag because this was our play zone here, pretty big, right? This is our play zone here. And then we kind of broke out and had like an anomaly, and that anomaly ended up causing us to crash harder, which is why I'm saying we could definitely go up and come down harder. And then this is our play zone here, and now look at our play zone. See how much smaller it's getting? It's getting smaller and smaller, and this is basically indicating, hey, we're getting in a squeeze point, and yes, like I said, we could squeeze up and deflect, or we can squeeze down. I think we squeeze down, but ultimately it could go either way. Outside of that, we move here, we look at our daily. What does our daily say? Does our daily say recovery? No, our daily says death cross. Death cross has happened. Look at the trend, right? The trend is your friend. The trend is what? It's down, right? So if the trend is down, then we need to continue to follow the trend until the trend shows different. In a bear market, the likeliness of that happening is not going to be as likely, but anything can happen. It's crypto. Phase 1, we already did. Phase 2, we're working on right now. Phase 3 is where we'll be, right, on this breakdown. So that's what I'm looking for right now. So I'm looking for that phase 3, and then phase 3, either we do a run up or we fall over. That's it. And when I say fall over, we don't do one red candle to the floor. We can wheedle our way down until we hit a certain position. But yeah, this is where I'm thinking that we're gonna end up. Don't fall for these false breakouts. That's all they are, is false breakouts. At the end of the day. All the evidence is there. Everything's there for us to see. We run over here. We look at our zones. They've been playing in the same zones consistently, landing in the same spots. And there's a lot of stuff on my screen, but the landings and positions are calculated, right? They know exactly where they're going to run it up to, and then after they run it up and meet their order blocks, and they pull it right back down, and they never let you re-enter, right? Because it just keeps getting lower and lower and lower. So if you stuck up here, you're stuck up there. Now you've lost money. This is how they trap you. You don't technically lose money. You just got to hold the coin to recovery, or take a loss and then pick it up at the bottom at a lower position. You can get that coin back. So these are key different areas. RSI, MFI, they're showing it all day. Like the MFI just runs up and then it falls over, and it runs up and it falls over. It doesn't do this in a bull market. It just goes naturally, right? And plays and moves up. So these are things that I'm looking at currently. Again, dominance not really there. If people tell you alt season, come on. No. Alt season is not the case right now. We're in no way, shape, or form moving sideways while BTC is losing dominance and seeing alts do 2,000-3,000%. Some of these alts shoot up, but it's just sporadic, and it's just sporadic as far as alts go. You guys can't get caught up in the altcoins that pop, because there's no rhythm, there's no trend associated, like Axis, for instance. Axis has no reason to be doing what it's doing. Some popularity, the barrier to entry is insanely overpriced. It's just an anomaly, right? At the end of the day. Same thing with OXT. OXT popped off, OXT fell over. That's all these things are gonna do right now. There's gonna be people trying to perk these things up, big whales, and then they're gonna soak people that jump on top. Outside of that, we look here at the Newpool. Newpool is still trending, right? And if we look at this side and we look at this side, very similar. We probably still have a little bit more ways to go before we end up just dropping, right? Doing one of these on the other side. Right here, hash rate's dropped significantly because I believe a lot of the miner information, hash rate's pulling back up, doing okay, and we're still dropping, right? So this is an indication that, you know, that's not the case, and the market is not liking where we're at. Right here, we can see right here at the end, very end, miners are actually starting to accumulate and stop selling. Now, keep in mind, all right, they stopped selling and we're still dropping. That should tell you something. Market still is not okay with where we're at, but miners are accumulating, they are holding, and they could be holding for a run up. So right here, fear and greed, 20. We've just been gradually 23, 20, 25, 20. See what's going on there? Over here, pressure, right? So we have 53% sell pressure, and they're saying bullish, right? That means that they're trying to force the market up, all right? They're trying to force this to happen. Again, we come back here, we go over here, we look at BTC's movement. Look, their intention is literally to try and get it above 33. They're gonna come back up and they're gonna retest this same trend, and then after they test this trend, then, you know, the same thing's happened every single time. We're just gonna keep falling. Breakout possible, like I said, but it's gonna be, you know, there's gonna be no real scenario where that breakout actually turns into something. With that being said, we talked about death cross, we talked about all that. Right here, you see right here, look at the price. Price way up, big buys, price still dropping, big buys, price still dropping. This is telling me selling pressure is heavy, right? Selling pressure is heavy, and what? Our overall buys are lowering down and slowing down. So if that's the case, then we're not really looking to jump into this market. It has no upside for us. Right here, crypto news, right? Worldwide. This is not just US, this is worldwide. We look here, we run across, and we're pretty much tanked as far as information and trending and all that stuff like that. This Google Trends, good way to read the market. And we can even come over and say, okay, let's go United States. You know, maybe the United States supplies more money than the rest of the world. I don't know. I don't think it does. And we're still way under, even if we just go US, right? So there's no signal that that scenario is going to flip around. Fiat leak, again, look at where the Bitcoin's going. The manipulation is pretty obvious at this point. So if that's the case, then we need to kind of ignore the noise. And then Luna Crush right here. Again, nothing really big as far as market movement. Dex tools apparently boosted up a little bit in 24 hours. Well, 423%. Okay. You know, outside of, again, anomalies, right? There's no real percentages to be gained here. Look at these percentages. They're a joke. So outside of that, whale information right here. So money, again, cash, Bitcoin right here to an exchange. BTC is gonna activate after 9. Oh, look at this. A dormant address containing 791 BTC has been activated after 9.1 years. So, do you think they're just coming in to look at their crypto assets, or do you think they're coming to sell? Outside of that, money. That's all stable coins. I mean, I can't make it any more obvious than that, to be honest with you. So, I mean, this is kind of a market watch for the day. Again, a lot longer than I wanted it to be. My apologies. I was trying to make it shorter. Real quick, we'll just go over a few more things. If you guys just give me 5 seconds, I would really appreciate it if you can stop over my channel, sub, like, subscribe. That'd be amazing. Share my videos with your friends and family. You know, I'm looking out for people. I'm trying to make sure that you guys are not getting wrecked in this market. I want you guys to do well. I want to help everybody be better. In my next video, I'm going to try and get some scenarios out as far as some poo coins and stuff like that, and these other coins that you can make a lot of money on if you're smart about it, right? I'm going to show you kind of how to spot scams and go over all these things with you guys. that's gonna be kind of my next video. Also, in addition to that, if you guys could stop over and maybe look at my Twitter here, maybe sub, leave a comment, that'd be great. Like my stuff if you can, that'd be greatly appreciated. Again, I'm not getting paid. I only have 165 subs, obviously, so you know, YouTube doesn't pay you unless you have like at least 1,000 or something like that. So, you know, maybe one day I'll get big enough to do that. But, you know, for right now, I'm just providing you guys free content. And I hope you guys appreciate it. Again, right here, I show kind of some of my profits here on Instagram. It's my Instagram. All this information is in my video as far as on the bottom. So if you were to go to my video, right, and you were to come over here and you were to look at one of my videos, and you were to scroll down and you hit show more right here, and all my information is here. I have Twitch right here, which I'm going to be working on more. I haven't really worked on my Twitch, Twitter, my Discord, Instagram, and then I'm going to be working on TikTok. I haven't got my TikTok up and running yet. I'm actually coached with Alex Lorenzo, part of his fundamental secret group, and you know, it's an amazing group. We help out a lot of people. I think that, you know, more people should definitely look at him and recognize him for what he does for the community. I know he does a lot of, you know, different clicky stuff, but at the end of the day, he's being real with you. He's trying to help you guys out, you know, as far as market wise. And not everybody's perfect. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I got wrecked on 1 coin or 2 coins. It's like, sometimes people make bad calls. Market's not perfect either, right? I mean, in the bull market, you can call out any coin and really just kind of close your eyes. It's going to go up. In a bull market, it's much harder. So we are looking for those things. We do share them with our group. Our group gets the first information. And then I bring that information to you guys live here on my channel. And then I also bring that information over to Alex too. So I'll be doing more collabs with Alex. If you guys want to see those, I'll be trying to grab those videos too for my channel, you know, just to kind of show the collaboration, so you guys can go back and see the information that I'm providing on his side. And then if you guys are looking for, you know, any type of help or anything like that, I do have Alex's page here. I have Alex's Fundamental Secrets group right here. If you guys are interested in signing up for that, again, it helps new people really kind of gauge the world of crypto, and all, you know, there's a lot of good information in there to be given out. And in addition to that, you know, we teach you how to fish. We do feed you fish while you're trying to learn how to fish, but we teach you how to fish. We show you how to find these things. We show you guys how to grab this content, use it, and I'll continue to keep pushing videos out. Again, I'm not really focusing on alts, so you're not going to see a lot of that information from me right now, but I will be putting out an alts list too. That's something else I'm working on for when we hit the floor. Thank you guys again. Really appreciate it, and have a great day. Peace out.